Morning, myself Krishna, and today objective is CIDR, Virtual Cloud Network, IP addresses, gateway and routing, peering, transit routing, and security. So we might have heard this terminology several times when we are going to configure any resources, OCI resources. So it is going to be basic information today. So we can start with CIDR. So CIDR we call class list inter-domain routing notation. So if we know IP addresses, it has primarily two components. One is network address, second is host. So when we come this up, it is concept. We separate the IP address into network and host. So as soon as you will get subnet mask, you can see subnet mask will come like this /24 /8/16. So we have seen like we have three different type of subnet mask, that is class A, class B, and class C. So in OIC generally we use class B and class C, not class A. So here, if as soon as you will get this /24 /8, it means this network you are going to get the IP ranges, and I will see out how we are calculating this IP ranges. So as soon as you will get the IP ranges after the calculation, just think for this one we are having this IP ranges. In the next slide, I will be telling how we have calculated. For now, if it is this is the IP address 192.168.1.0, 192.168.1.255. So 0, the first one will be assigned to network address, and this will assign to broadcast address. So why we need to assign this network address and broadcast address? How it is helping? So whenever you are creating any resource, it has to communicate. It has to make a transaction. Like if you set up Oracle ATP, any of the resource bucket, it has to connect to network to make any sort of transactional communication. So when you say network address, that is help to identify the subnet. So as soon as you will deploy any resource, you are attaching subnet, and subnet is for identifying subnet. So here the second broadcast address. Broadcast address is used to send data to all devices in the subnet. So now coming to how we can get this IP ranges. So here if we know the binary notation to 2 power 1, 2 power 1, 2, 2 power 2, 4. So like that it is going to be the binary notation. So if we got, just think we have this CIDR where we have /24, right? So how we will calculate? So first you can take the binary notation for all the IP. 192 will come like this, 168 will come like this, 01 will come like this, 0 will come like this. So here you can say this, you can just mention your binary notation, whatever you calculated. And here you can say, I noted 192, then 168, and then 1, you can see all 0. So whatever octet you have, you can see everything 0 except 2 power 1. 2 power 0 is equal to 1 for this one. And for here, your octet will be all 0. So here, your subnet mask is 24, right? So it is coming under 8-bit. 8, this is 8/16 and 8/24, and this will be 0. If it is /32, it will be all 1. So like that you are going to put 24. Now you take logical AND here. So once you take the logical AND, you will get the IP ranges. From here it will start. Okay, if you take logical AND means it will be 1 if both are 1. So similarly, we are going to do the same thing here. Only things we will put this one inverse. So here it will be whatever it was 1, it will turn 0, and at last it will all turn 1. So this is the final calculation. So this is the last one. So this is from here, this IP range will start and it will go until here. So like I said, we are not going to use the first and last one, because first will go to network and last will go to broadcast. And network will help to find your subnet, and broadcast will broadcast your message in all the eligible components. So similarly, you can do the calculation for all other IP. Now coming to what is virtual cloud network. So this is private network we used to set up in Oracle data center with firewalls rule and a specific type of communication gateway that you choose to use. So when you are going to set up VCN, by default you would be getting the job. You can't delete, but you can modify. So like I said, subnet mask allowable is /16 until /30, not /8 for OIC. And here I said first will assign to network and last will go to broadcast bit. But in OIC, I believe 3 are reserved. In our next slide, we can see how 3 IP we can't use in OIC. So here you can see 3 will be reserved in case of OIC. So just try to visualize this one if we are going to get this scenario. So in this scenario, you can say this is OCI region. We have front-end and back-end system. So how front-end will talk to back-end and how any client will make the request. What we are going to define in security, what we are going to define in routing. So here you can see this one. This is security and this is routing. For the backend, you can see this one is security and this is routing. So since it is internet gateway, anyone can make the request. So here you can see it's all 0, means in this anyone can initiate request, and this frontend will take request from all the clients. But backend you can see here egress we have host IP for this backend system. Okay, so this frontend will only take request from this backend, not from any other system. Similarly, if it is NAT gateway, by default it's all 0. It means anyone can make request to NAT gateway. I'm going to talk all the gateway, how many different types of gateway. So here you can see anyone can it can take the request, but it can't respond. So that's why you can see ingress is all 0, but there is no egress for NAT gateway. So coming to subnet. So when you are going to create subnet, by default it will span to all the AD. So if we have 3 AD, you can see this subnet whoever has created, this is specific to AD1, this subnet B is specific to AD2, and this subnet is specific to AD3. But subnet D, it spans all 3 AD. So this is default setting. Whenever you are going to configure, this will span to all the AD. Why subnet? Like I said, subnet instance are placed inside subnet. So whenever we are going to create any instance, that will be placed under subnet, and through subnet they will track their network, and then you can make further communication to that instance. That could be either your bucket, it could be your Oracle ATP, your data warehouse, whatever, queue, any topic, streaming, anything. So subnet can be either private and public. Probably this part I will not come. This is your by default. So coming to this security list. So what is security list? Security list consists of rules that specify the type of traffic allowed in and out of the subnet. So in the security list, it is mainly controlling the traffic. In your instance, what traffic you wanted, you can specify the host IP ranges in security list, like which host, which client you can entertain. So this is one example where you can see for each subnet we have is dedicated security list, and this is VCN, and you can see English from any of the client can make the request having port 80, and for egress it will only take from this side. Now coming to gateway and routing. So we have different type of gateway in OCI. First is internet gateway, second NAT gateway, service gateway, dynamic routing gateway, DRG we used to call, peering this one. So here at this point, if you can see, this is one example. If you have internet gateway, your English will be 0.0. That means anyone can make request, and whatever you are going to mention egress, your instance will talk to that system. So this is about internet gateway. Like I said, internet gateway provides a path for network traffic between your VCN and the internet. Okay, so if this is your VCN sided and this is your instance, here it will be internet gateway in your data center. So it means from outside anyone can make request. Second is NAT gateway. So in the NAT gateway, it can give private network access to the internet without assigning each host a public IP address. So where generally we are going to use this NAT gateway. So just think you have set up Oracle ATP database, and generally we know every few days we need to go with upgrade and all, right? So in that case, it is required to set up NAT gateway where from internet it can take the upgrade package, but make sure for the security it should not communicate outside of this data center. So that is very important. So whenever we have this type of requirement, we set up NAT gateway. Coming to security gateway, if you can say when it is required to configure security gateway, if you want your instance to talk to some other OCI instances, like just think I want to ATP database, if I want to talk with any of the bucket, if any of the streaming API, we can go with service gateway. Coming to DRG like dedicated to your customer on-premise data center. So through VPN tunneling, we need to configure this one so that from data center it can communicate to your instance. And this is last but not least, but this is local peering gateway. So in the local peering gateway, if you have set up two VCN and you want to stabilize the communication, then you can go with local peering. That's all for today video. We can connect tomorrow for new set of things. So until now, thank you very much. See you tomorrow.